After 9 years of this Liberal-NDP government, Canadians are worse off. The U.S. GDP is up 2.8%, while the Canadian GDP is only up 1%. The Canadian GDP per capita is down 0.4%. This is the sixth consecutive quarter in which the Canadian GDP has been down. This Prime Minister does not have a plan. So will he step aside for a Prime Minister who does?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of, to the Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance.
I think that member is misreading the numbers. Actually, Statistics Canada just revealed that they needed to revise the GDP numbers upwards for the last 3 years, Mr. Speaker. Canada is expected to have the highest GDP growth in all of the G7 next year, Mr. Speaker. I think what the Conservatives are trying to do is to change the channel. You see, just a few days ago, they opposed a tax break, Mr. Speaker. They opposed cutting the GST from everyday goods for Canadians, and they don't know how to explain it.
The Honourable Member for Calgary-Midnapore.
Mr. Speaker, after 9 years, Canada faces yet another threat to its economy. The U.S. has threatened a 25% tariff on all goods exported from Canada. This greedy government has increased taxes with the carbon tax, housing taxes, increased capital gains taxes. Mr. Speaker, this is not just bad vibes. So will the Prime Minister admit that it's not bad vibes, but bad policy that forces Canadians to suffer?
Hear, hear.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Export Development.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On Friday, the Prime Minister led a Canadian delegation to Florida to meet with President Trump. They had a productive discussion on border and economic security, including the impacts tariffs will have on both Canadian and American consumers. In 2018, it was this government that renegotiated NAFTA, which led to record trade just last year of $1.3 trillion, Mr. Speaker. As we have done through 3 American administrations, we will continue to stand up for Canadian workers and Canadian businesses. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
That's right.